Hey everyone, Astro Nesto here. Sorry for the missing audio. Basically, we just discussed a new exciting mech in Mech Arena here, the Sentinel, which is a new tanking mech with a special shield that is top facing instead of wide facing, so it can block attacks coming from above.
Protection. So this mech with its tall shield seems to solve that problem. So I'm definitely going to be looking to add this one into my hangar. Right now, I believe there's a special event going on to get it. So jump into that. All right, and staying with Mech Arena. For St. Patrick's Day, it looks like they are debuting a new pilot. Diesel is his name, I believe. Also looks like somewhat of a tanky guy. Anyway, if you're on my Discord, I dropped some information more on Diesel and some of his stats. It looks like he's going to be a missile heavy pilot. So somebody else possibly worth adding to your hangar. Definitely take a look at him. He's going to be on a legendary level as well too. So legendary pilots definitely give you that advantage. All right, and let's get into the main event. Let's get into what most people are probably here for. Let's talk about Star Citizen. That's right, Alpha 3.18 finally dropped. A day late? Is it too short? I guess we'll find out. So Star Citizen 3.18 dropped. More ships, more to do, and more picos. Right now, they're calling it the biggest Star Citizen update ever. We know it's been in PTU forever, it seems like, just to get through a lot of those bugs and problems. But now it's finally live, so we finally get our chance to get our hands on it. Let's take a quick look at the promo video.
Sem teu sorriso iluminando a manhã. Me perdoa, meu amor. Me beija com sabor de quem nunca esqueceu.
Anyway, interesting choice of music there, but we saw a little bit of some highlights there as far as what's going on in this patch. And if you visit the Robert Space Industries website, they have a pretty good synopsis of everything going down, including more picos. So let's see if this patch actually delivers what they're promising with persistent entity streaming. Right? That's supposed to be a game changer. Supposedly I can leave my pico anywhere in the verse and come back and find it, right? Which, at least to my understanding, means that they're making that they have a database basically tracking where you're dropping these objects and copying that data across to all the servers. So no matter what server you log into, you should be able to find that pico in the same location. I'm not sure how long it lasts though. If anybody has any information on that, let me know. Salvaging, I think everybody knows about that. Dawn of Salvaging's here. which is basically just hull stripping right now in its current implementation, as you can see here. But it's supposed to be a little appetizer as we get into it more. Hopefully they're going to develop the gameplay a little bit more, so it's a little bit more of this, where we can actually strip out components and stuff like that. But I think for me, as a logistical guy, I'm really interested in looking at this gameplay loop. Drake Vulture being deployed. As a matter of fact, I don't know what the price is for the Vulture right now, like what it's debuting at. But new ships are always exciting and diverse, and right now you can't buy it in-game yet. But I believe if you have a pledge, you have access to it. Matter of fact, let's check out how much that costs just for the heck of it. Drake Vulture sales page here. Should we check out the commercial? Why not? I'm curious.
Most folks, they see a wreck, and they just see a bunch of junk.
I love ship commercials.
Not you, though. You see a gold mine. You don't bother with a big, clunky rig. You don't need to. That's you, a wrecking crew of one. Doing it your way.
Very Drake. Getting a lot of Drake vibes here.
One crew's wreck is another pilot's riches. Stake your claim with the Vulture. Only from Drake.
Not bad. Drake commercials are usually pretty good. I think I give that one a 5 out of 5, probably, as far as ship commercials go. We should actually like do a ship commercial watching party and rate some of them. I still think the Kraken is the best ship commercial though, but this one's up there, and definitely gives you some ideas on the new game loop coming with salvage. Let's see what the price is on this. I'm just curious, there usually is always a price hike when these ships become playable in-game. 12 SCUs of cargo, you know, it's a little bit more than your average starting ship. 1 pilot, 2 shields. I know it's got a bed inside, so that's nice. Oh, look at these paints. I might just have to pick this up. We got the red paint job here, fits my channel colors. Alright, let's see. So for Warbond, you can still get it for $150. I think you could have gotten this for like $20 less not too long ago. And in game or with what do you call it? With store credits, you can get it for $175. So not totally unexpected that this would be the debut prices for it. And not terribly bad either. I have a feeling they're probably going to sell a lot of these from those people who are getting in late. And as usual, as Drake likes to do, there usually is a Cutlass package with these ships. I remember that was the case. Was it with the Rock? I can't recall. But this is an interesting one here, the salvage and hauling pack. I mean, these are all probably a little bit more money than I would want to spend personally. And I'm not sure how much of a discount you would get buying all these together. But you know, CIG, they gotta throw in those enticing little ship packs. But I like the paint pack. I like the red. Ooh, this is nice too, the Longhorn paint. I wonder if Concierge gets a special paint job. I'm not. This one I'm kind of feeling too, though. Question is salvage gameplay compelling enough to drive sales for this ship? Me personally, where salvage is currently right now, I think I'd hold off until you could buy this in game. You know, find somebody else who's got a Vulture you could borrow just to see if you like it first. But that's just me. Alright, getting back to the roundup of the features that we can look forward to. Soft Death is coming as well too. So with Soft Death now, if one of your ship's critical components are destroyed, the ship will remain intact but stranded, leaving its contents and crew hanging in the balance. So I'd like to think of this as the pirate update, right? That basically means if your ship is disabled, people can go in there now and loot it. And why can they loot? Because we'll get back to the Scorpius Antares, but there's a new cargo refactor system in the game right now, which means basically now those containers we used to be able to see in game, which I used to always like about Star Citizen, right? I mean, I like Tong and Elite Dangerous, but I could never see what was inside my ship. Star Citizen, you can see the containers actually stacking up and taking space in your cargo bay. Well, now with the cargo refactor system, you should be able to pick up those cargo containers and move them around and manipulate them. So, getting back to the disabled ship, if anybody's got cargo in there, those pirates should be able to pull them out. So that should be something. RSI Scorpius Antares, we talked about this one. This is the EMP variant. I mean, yeah, it's a new ship. For some reason, I'm not super excited about this one. I know a lot of people are. I kind of feel like it's a ka-ching grab, but that's just me. Gen 12 graphics render. I'm really interested in this one. Is it going to be a game changer? It says, like PES, Gen 12 is a hugely important update to Star Citizen's core engine. This initial version renders all transparent geometry, but will ultimately deliver vastly improved performance and visual fidelity in coming patches. So, the question is, are we really going to see a big difference right now? I doubt it. But it looks like it's the beginning. I think this is where you're going to see the influence of Vulkan, which you're trying to move the game engine over to. So hopefully we should see better optimization with graphics hardware, because at least in my experience, and I think in most, it's been really CPU intensive, but it hasn't been tapping our really expensive GPUs. So I hope that in the future we can look forward to that, take a little bit easier on those processors, and grab more of the core power of our expensive GPUs. All right, natural wonders out there. Locations like sand caves and rivers. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to this as well too, because sometimes I just enjoy flying around in a verse. I don't know about you guys, but looks like it'd be nice, especially if you have that special someone you can just go out there and explore with. Maybe have a nice conversation, find new places. Let's see. Alongside hosting various new and existing missions, they feature a unique harvestable that can be foraged and sold for profit. Okay. Plus, more rivers and lakes have been placed around Microtech. Ah, I do like the rivers. So yeah, this is really cool. I remember this was also kind of a big draw in Elite Dangerous was exploring, but the planets in Elite Dangerous are nowhere near as detailed as they are in Star Citizen. So I think taking advantage of this engine to do something like this is going to be just a nice chill activity for people to do. So we're going to have to see what that's like. All right, Secrets of Daymar. So this has to do with some of the new Derilicts that are being released. There's a 600i and a Mercury Star Runner Derelict, and I believe there's a settlement that you're going to find that's built around these Derelicts. And from what I understand, there are some hostile locals in there. So this sounds like it's going to be an interesting place to explore. I think they really need to start building in more things like this, so I'm glad to see stuff like this coming out, because we know that the content's a little shallow in a game like this that's being developed, but stuff like this gives us a little bit more to do. It seems like salvaging and finding goodies and being basically that future treasure hunter is going to be something that we can do in our spare time in Star Citizen, or maybe that's your primary goal, who knows. Not all of us are into PvP, right? So I think this will be cool stuff to explore and experience. Security Point Korea. Okay, it's my understanding now that Korea is the only place where you're going to be able to hack your crime stat. So it says one of Stan's classic locations has been given a makeover with new missions and gameplay vital to the security of the system. The station is now protected by full-time Crusader security, who alongside guarding the fabled crime stat terminal have begun storing confiscated materials and contraband around the place. Oh, so there's going to be stuff for us to loot. So more loot hunting. But hey, I think that's going to be a lot of fun for orgs to get together with their mates and to hop on in here. Plus you add the bounty hunters. It's going to be, oh, what a time. Speaking of which, going back to this real quick, it's my understanding that they made a change to the crime stat system as well too. So no longer is it like think shoot on sight for just a crime stat 1 and 2. For crime stats 1 and 2, you can just find a terminal and pay your fine now, which I think is great. A lot of people got falsely incarcerated and stuff like that. So I think that was something we needed for quite some time. I'm not sure how that affects bounty hunting now. So we'll have to see what's going on there. All new missions. Gameplay, new missions in Orison and Glacier. Okay. Planning a productive meeting at Orison's Inspiration Park after the defeat of the Ninetales Outlaw Gang. Think again. Alpha 3.18 introduces new combat missions across the business sector platforms. And for those on the wrong side of the law doing hard time, just got a lot easier. Now guests of the Glacier Rehabilitation Facility on Aberdeen can enjoy new ways to reduce their stay, including collecting and handing in contraband. I feel like this is... I'm calling it the garbage patch because of salvaging, but this might just be the pirate patch also. Let's see, so Bass says you can land at a station with a CS-1 and not be shot out of the sky while trying to land. Yes, that's my understanding. That's what's going to happen now. So I think that's something that needed to happen because it's kind of easy to get a CS1, right? A crime stat 1. And to have it just be a fine, like a ticket or something like that, I think is a great idea. High-speed thrills, racetracks. Yes, I'm super excited about racing in this patch. That's probably one of the biggest things to come out in 3.18, right? Buckle up for new raceways that are open around the verse, found across 6 locations, including Daymar, Utopia, depending on your vernacular, and Area 18. Each unique circuit offers high-speed thrills with varying difficulty and environmental challenges, plus a new Grey Cat PTV-only kart track that's open in Orison.
Charge complete.
Always wanted to try that one out. Looks like my headset's charged up. Anyway, getting back to the PTV buggy races, we've always wanted to try that out, but it was always like super buggy in PTU, so I'm hoping that all the bugs have been worked out and we'll be able to enjoy that in live. I can't wait. Alright, that looks like it's all the major features with 3.18. Also, of course, with any major update in Star Citizen, there are ship sales going on. I'm not going to dive into all these, but just opening up here with the 350R. This one is a limited one. It's very hard to find this one. So if you've always had a 350R on your wish list, now's your chance. It is the racing variant of the 300 series. Stripped down interior on the inside, but super fast. And I guess it makes sense since this is the racing patch, right? It looks like all the racers are available on sale right now, which is awesome. Ooh, Mustang Gamma. I don't think I've seen this one on sale that often either. Good chance to pick up some rare ones. Archimedes, I've got that one. This is for your fancy racers, but I love the price point also. It's just kind of quantum constrained if I recall. The Razors out there. And EX, which is the stealth variant. Nice. LX2. Wow, so this is your chance to definitely get your racing ship on. And they released a Reclaimer out for sale as well too. Okay, that's awesome. Definitely trying to take advantage of the salvage buzz. Alright, so the Antares is out $230 price tag, so at least now we know what it's going to be going for. Yeah, there's a lot more on offer, Scarlet. How are you doing tonight, by the way? Yeah, $175 for the Vulture with in-store credit. I'm not quite liking, but if you've got War Bond, this one might still be a deal for you. But yeah, I love the fact that these racing ships are available with this update. Definitely get out there and get your racing ship on. Like I said, this one is kind of rare to find. So I think like the hardcore racers are going to try to get after the 350Rs. But it is a bigger racing ship than the other racing variants that are out there. I'm personally an M50 guy. I like the M50 a lot. The Gamma, I don't think I've ever been in a Gamma. So I'll have to try that one out. And right now I'm a proud owner of an Archimedes because I am a fancy guy. Well, of course, I think Scarlet has an origin bias. She's an M50 gal. But the Razors are... Honestly, I don't really like the Razors that much. I mean, I think they look cool, but flying it didn't really blow me away. Anyway, that's enough for the news, and that's enough talking about this great update. I thought I would talk about it because I'm really not sure how difficult it is to get in. This is ridiculous. I can't even do the math on that amount of seconds there. How many seconds is that? There are CIG services. You know, I see these things and I see these stories, but then when I get in there, it's like,
It gives the option on the top
We're
right
in!
corner, and it just
Oh my
gives
gosh!
size,
What?
name, gift,
Oh my
and
gosh!
personality.
Oh my gosh,
Ask
we're
the AI girl.